Republican Senator and Gang of Eight member, Lindsey Graham. Welcome, Senator. Good to have you with us.
Good. We don't have tattoos, thank God.
I'm not asking. Senator Rubio and yourself, is there a rift between you on immigration?
No, not really. The eight of us are trying to put together a legislative proposal that would go through the regular process. It would go to the Judiciary Committee, where I'm a member. It would be amended, debated, changed, and then go to the full Senate and eventually to the House. The legislative proposal we're working on, I think, is a starting point of the debate, not the ending point of the debate.
Are you close?
Yes.
Within days?
I hope that by next week we can roll something out for public consumption.
It was said earlier on this program, about 20 minutes ago, that you are rushing into this, rushing to get some legislation because you want to placate the Hispanic vote. That was the gist of the argument laid on us today. And you say?
I want to fix a broken immigration system for the good of the nation. We have 11 million illegal people here. That's not good for the country. We have a family-based immigration system when the whole world has a merit economic-based immigration system. Two goals: prevent a third wave 20 years from now, secure your border, you have a right to your own sovereignty, control who gets a job, provide abundant labor to employers who can't find American workers at a competitive wage, and as to 11 million, be firm and fair. I think that is a long overdue solution to a very hard problem, and if we don't get it right this time, it'll be a decade or more before anybody takes it up.
Senator Rubio says this talk of an imminent legislation is premature. Is there an area where you and he disagree?
The idea of a bill being signed is not imminent. The idea of a legislative proposal that's bipartisan coming to the Judiciary Committee, I hope will happen next week. You got to go through the committee, then you go to the full floor of the Senate, then to the House. Everybody in America will get to read the bill. Those who don't like it can try to kill it. Those who want to change it will have an opportunity. But the one thing I won't accept is the status quo. You're against amnesty? Well, that's exactly what we have by doing nothing. If you want this country to grow and be competitive, we got to access labor outside this country. We're a declining population. The current immigration system is broken for all concerned.
The closing of the border. Is that to you job one? Not closing of the border,
sovereignty,
but
sovereignty, controlling who comes to America. You can come, but on our terms, not yours. If you can walk across the street, you'll never control this issue.
Is that job one for you?
Absolutely. Sovereignty is about a secure border. We spent $18 billion securing the border since 2006. We're going to spend more. But once you get here, getting a job, an E-Verify system to make sure that you can't hire somebody illegally. If you're an employer, you can find out if the person in front of you is legal or not. That's all about sovereignty. Controlling who comes into this country is a sovereign right of this country, and I will insist on sovereignty.
Gun control. Universal background checks. Not apparently, we hear, in the legislation that's going to come before Congress and before the President. The capping the size of the magazine.
Right.
Not going to be part of the legislation. Both of those two issues, I believe, are very popular with voters, but they're not part of the legislation. You want to explain that?
Well, because you can't get the votes to pass them. That's why they're not part. Universal background checks. Does that mean if a father gives a gun to his son for Christmas, they have to go through a background check? That's what they were trying to sell. That won't work. Criminals will never go through a background check. 76,000 people failed a background check in 2010. 9,000 were felons on the run from the law, and not one of them got prosecuted. Before you expand the background check system to include private individuals, let's start prosecuting people who violate the law that exists today.
You comfortable with presenting this kind of legislation, being part of this legislation, when it does not fulfill the wishes, the expressed wishes of many voters?
I don't believe many voters expect a background check when a father gives a shotgun to his son for Christmas. I don't believe
when it's portrayed like that, yes.
Yeah, well,
but how about at gun shows?
Well, in gun shows, you buy from a licensed dealer. Private people can show up at a gun show. Here's what I want America to know. If you fail a background check in this country, what happens to you? Absolutely nothing. 1/10 of 1% of the people who fail a background check get prosecuted. There was a lady in my state who pled not guilty by reason of insanity of trying to kill the President of the United States in 2005. That was not even recorded in the system. She legally bought a gun this February. The system is broken. I want to fix it before you expand it.